Namaste everyone, this is Sandeep and welcome to my channel Only Study by Sandeep Dhiman. Today we are going to start lesson number 7, Human Environment. In this lesson we'll discuss settlement, transport and communication. So in our previous lesson we had read about the natural and man-made environment, and in this chapter we'll discuss about the specific aspects of human environment related to the settlement, transportation and communication. Let's start. Now settlement, what is settlement? First question is, settlement is a cluster or group of houses, villas you can say, okay, and settlement is primary residence of the society. And if we talk about the ancient times, then firstly the human beings led the life of food gatherer and they moved place to place in search of food. Okay, earlier we know the man was a food hunter and gatherer. Okay, then after, if we talk about his settlement, then there was no permanent settlement and he lived a nomadic life. Nomadic, what do you understand by nomadic? Nomadic means wanderer. Okay, he wandered here and there in search of food and water, and he was completely dependent on the environment to satisfy his needs, his basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, etc. And his settlement was temporary always. But then after, in post stone age, what happened, he learned the art of agriculture and farming, and gradually the concept of settled life came into being. Then after, if we talk about his shelters, then his shelters were built near the areas where land could be cultivated for temporary stay, means nearby the rivers or valleys. The land could be cultivated. There he settled his residence. And the settlements, these settlements were made up of branches of trees and were covered with leaves of the trees. And after the stone age, settlements were occupied seasonally. Now human beings started changing settlements with the change of season, and he settled his settlements where climatic conditions were suitable for living, and the number of settlements were more and clustered where these climatic conditions were suitable. Then after, if we talk about the discovery of fire, iron and wheel, these were the big steps towards the civilization. The tools were more sophisticated, means advanced now, and the farmers started cultivating crops near the river banks like Nile and Indus Valley. They were nearby the rivers. And with the passage of time, human beings learned new ways of farming and they started living a settled life. As why they started living settled life? Because the crops required constant care throughout the cropping period. Okay, now look here in this picture. This is the development of wheel. Okay, firstly, what happened, for carrying things one place to another, he used roller. He put this thing on the roller. Then after, when he used this, he found that it was slipping, so he made sledge and he put that on the sledge. But then after, when he fetched it, he found it was difficult, so he put the sledge on the roller, and then after it was again slipping, so he grooved the roller here. He grooved the roller and put the sledge on it. Then after, he joined the roller to the sledge, and some modification he did in the roller. And then after, at last, he used axle. Now even today we use axle in our vehicles. Okay, then after, come here now, they were not required as crops need constant care throughout the cropping period, so man need not to require to wander here and there in search of food, and food could afford to settle down one place. Hence, building of permanent shelter, domestication of animals, use of clothes made of fiber. Clothes were made of fiber that time. They became a part of human life. And then after, there was advancement in science and technology. We are living in the world of science and technology, and human beings, with the advancement of science and technology, they modify the natural environment as per their needs, and now the settlements protect the human beings from the harsh temperature, chilly winds, rough terrain. What does terrain mean? Means land. Okay, and it is not terrain, it is terrain. And also give them privacy. So this was the use of and advantage of settlement. And then after, there was expansion in agricultural activities, domestication of animals, mining and industrialization, and this has adversely affected the environment. The growth of towns and cities as well as industrialization have shrunk the green belt area, means shrunk the forest area. Pollution as well as defective methods of plowing have resulted in ecological imbalance, which is a matter of great concern to all of us. Next, we have factors responsible for permanent settlement. So, where these civilizations grow, or where the early man made his permanent settlements. So, availability of water, this was very important. And if we go through the history, we find most of the civilizations developed near the valleys, like Indus Valley civilization, Nile civilization, Egypt civilization. So these all civilizations were settled near the river banks. And even today, water is very important resource for the growth of villages and towns. If we talk about the desert, even we talk about the desert areas, then houses are clustered around the source of water. This source may be a well, pond, or an oasis. What is oasis? Oasis means an desert area having water and plants. The settlement that grow around a source of water is known as bed point settlement. Okay, this is important thing. What is bed point settlements? So a settlement that grows around the source of water. Then after, next we have relief features. So relief features, they play an important role in development of settlements, and plains are favorable locations for the establishment of settlements, because there is easy transport network, and it makes it possible for the people to move easily from one place to another. And India's many towns and cities have been developed in northern plains, and in these areas settlements are more compact. What is compact means? Dense. Okay, so in plains, population and habitation is always dense. On the other hand, if we talk about the highland areas, where the where the nature of the land restricts easy movements, the population is less. Okay, where is more population? In plains, and where is it less? In desert areas, in highland areas. Okay, it results in a few and dispersed settlements. Dispersed means scattered or spacious. One house will be here and other one will be so far. And then after, we have special sites. So what are the special sites for these civilizations? So some sites are chosen for the settlements because of their natural beauty. So these settlements are called tourism based towns. They provide employment to many people. If we talk about India, there are so many tourism based sites. For example, we have Srinagar, Goa, Simla, Nainital, Ooty, etc. Question for you. Write in comments some tourist sites of Himachal Pradesh. Thus, we can say that water cannot be ignored when we talk about settlement. Okay, similarly, culture, social setup, and other environmental aspects are also important factors. So, this is all for the day. In next lesson, we'll read about transport and communication. And if we talk about the homework of the day, then read this lesson and also read this complete lesson. Right? Thank you.